Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your very stuffy host, Christina.
And I played Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Resident Evil.
I did enjoy that every time you started it up.
Oh, that's the original. Well, not the original, but I'll play the original sound for you because it's so good. Oh, this game was fantastic.
It was very, very good.
It was so good. Kudos, Capcom.
So good. Teen Girl Squad.
That's just the ugly one.
So. Okay, let's not go to Homestart Runner.
Yeah, this game is quite excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that there's a lot missing from one of the characters if you don't play the prior ones, but there's two characters, Grace Ashcroft and Leon Kennedy, and I'm going to do a little quick synopsis, and then I guess we can chat about it, because there's a lot I want to say, and my brain is going all over the place right now.
Okay.
Don't.
Go ahead, do your little synopsis.
You play as two characters, Grace Ashcroft, daughter of the late Elizabeth Ashcroft. Resident Evil Outbreak, for anyone who wants to know what game she's from.
I did not know what game she was from.
She is sent to investigate a death of a man with a similar plague-like markings on his body. In doing so, she gets wrapped up in a wild series of events trying to escape her captors and the undead. You also play as Leon, a veteran of the series and a man chasing a cure to a virus he picked up in Raccoon City all those years ago. He crosses path with Grace, trying to escape as well as bring down the last creation of Spencer, Elpis. Bum, bum, bum. Spencer is the mad scientist, well, not mad, but genius scientist that created the T-virus in the first place.
Gotcha.
So that's those little flashbacks and cutscenes of Spencer were kind of cool because, yeah, he made the T-virus and caused all sorts of issues.
He was the old guy in the wheelchair, right?
Mm-hmm.
In those videos, yeah.
Yeah, so he never really had any sort of redemption, and I guess this wasn't really a full redemption of him, but it was
half a step in that direction.
A sign of him showing actual regret of what happened, which is interesting.
Yeah.
You didn't expect that from his character.
All right.
Yeah. Resident Evil 9 was released on February 27th, 2026 on all systems. I played it on PC. Roundhouse kicks some reviews here.
The roundhouse kicks.
Mm-hmm.
They are wonderful. Metacritic, it is an 89 from critics and a 9.4 from users.
Okay.
As you heard me complain last night, there were no negative reviews of this game.
There were some middling ones, though.
There was one middling one, but for Metacritic, 80 and above is positive. So I ended up going to some that gave it like an 8 out of 10. So that was GameSpot. GameSpot positive. Grace's portion draws directly from the classic Resident Evil formula. She quickly finds herself kidnapped by a scary individual and trapped in a hospital that's also a secret research facility for viruses that turn people into zombies. You're forced to wander the place with limited weapons and ammo, searching for supplies to keep yourself alive and keys to open new areas, while the former staff and patients try to make a meal out of you. Zombies can still be pretty scary, and Requiem takes them a step further than previous games, with this batch of T-virus mutated undead maintaining a bit of their memories. You'll find a zombie maid trying to clean the bathroom, a zombie chef cleaving through piles of indiscriminate meat in the kitchen, or a zombie singer belting out a few notes in the lounge. Requiem zombies can carry weapons and even kind of use them, though with diminished motor control, making them more dangerous and unpredictable when they attack. The bodies of zombies you drop with gunfire or knife wounds stay on the ground, and sometimes those seemingly dead monsters will resurrect as much deadlier blister heads. This adds quite a bit to the overall dread of playing as Grace. Running back and forth through the same halls of the hospital, you'll pass the bodies of zombies you've already defeated and wonder every single time whether they'll start convulsing and screaming before rising to their feet.
They're the worst.
You were doing a lot of Dead Space, like double shots, double taps, as Zombieland would call them.
Oh, yeah. They need to stay dead.
Yeah, it didn't really work, but it was the thought that counts. He's shaking his fist, old man. Yells at Cloud.
Yeah, that was me. All right, what's GameSpot's negative?
In some cases, Requiem has cut away so much of the fat from Resident Evil's ideas that it has left them thin and wasting. Most of Requiem's puzzles aren't really puzzles at all, and it's rare that you won't know exactly what you need to do with an object or a key almost immediately upon discovering it. For example, when I found an organ donation cooler with an intricate lock hidden on the back, I was intrigued until about a half an hour later when I found a piece of paper with a diagram showing exactly how to arrange the myriad dials and switches to open it. The puzzles feel like their main purpose isn't to test your brain power, but to give you something to do other than sneaking, shooting, and worrying, and they offer little to make them satisfying. I don't disagree.
I have thoughts. I guess. I mean, every single Resident Evil game
It's
is
the
that.
same basic bear, Homer.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just the clue to the puzzle is somewhere else there. Otherwise, how the F are you going to figure out an intricate set of switches without some kind of like either diagram or 2 is up? You find somewhere in the world that says 2 is up.
Yeah.
And 4 is down. And you have to go, oh, that might be for this thing. I don't remember the old games doing that. They may have. It's been so long. But most of the old games were find the half diadem, put it in here,
Yeah.
find the crank, use the crank where the crank is supposed to go.
I feel like for this game, it was easier to find those pieces of the puzzle. Like when you were wandering around in the first area as Grace, you found like it was a wrench or something super early, and you're like, oh, I'll just need this for later. So when you found that puzzle where you needed it, you already had that piece.
Yeah.
It's not too much of a complaint, but it just felt, I guess, a little easier than in past games.
Yeah, I guess Resident Evil puzzles have never been...
They don't make you think too hard.
They don't really make you think too
They're
hard.
more about zombies and roundhouse kicks.
Yeah, it wouldn't feel quite like a Resident Evil game without one of the little puzzles trying to get you through different spots. I don't know. I was fine with it. There are 2 different styles here. The Resident Evil 7 horror when you play as Grace, and the action-oriented shooter when you play as Leon. The game melds what Capcom did best with Resident Evil 4 and what it did best with 7 and 8. I thought both of their parts were fantastic. Grace's parts were scary as all get out. They scared the freaking pants off me.
Yeah, the one negative place that I found, or the mixed place, basically said that overall how they felt about the game was that Resident Evil basically had 2 separate games, but there wasn't enough of either game to let it be its own game, so they just kind of mashed them together. And it felt like weirdly repetitive, but at the same time, like, I don't remember exactly what they said, but like it didn't feel coherent to them, which I didn't really agree with. But their focus was like they want you to play as Grace in first person, but play in third person as Leon, which we played in third person as both because that was horrifying.
I'm also
as
a
Grace.
scaredy pants.
Yes, we played with all the lights
I would
on.
also tell you that Grace's sections were meant to be played in first person for the horror aspect, and Leon is supposed to be the action-oriented.
Yes, Resident Evil 4 remake.
Kung fu fighting.
He is a straight-up badass.
And you're supposed to feel like that, and Grace is supposed to be this first person.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
So I actually have a section for pacing, and I just said, I think it's decided by the player and the style. I found the pacing appropriate because I like exploring every corner of a map.
Oh my god, you explored so much.
And enjoying finding secrets. And some of the puzzles, though, I cheated with the saves because it is what it is.
And any chase scene.
Oh, I don't like them. I actually love them, but I don't like them at all because I get too scared. If you're not great at puzzle solving, which again, you said that, like they said, this game is really easy. Or if you're not good with hide and seek horror sections, the pacing may feel very long or way too tense. And I would also say that the only complaint I really had is I heard this somewhere else, but I agreed with it, is that I didn't get enough time, I felt, to develop Grace Ashcroft's actual story. You got plenty of time as Grace, but I didn't get as much time to familiarize her story, and then like how her and Leon even formed a relationship in like 2 seconds. And so it's nice to know that they, went through heck together and that she could trust him, but they didn't get it. You've got more interaction with the other characters in the older games, slightly more interaction.
That's fair.
Claire Redfield and Leon got more interaction with each other, I felt like, than in this game. Even though there were brief moments where they found each other, they were able to communicate a little bit more.
And I think part of that is with the story where, like, Leon helps her escape and then thinks that she escaped, but she's actually still there. And then he sees her on a camera and is just like, what the heck? Why is she still here?
What the heck?
Gaga. I get that, yeah.
But it just felt rushed in some places and off in some places. But it's Capcom and it's a Japanese horror game. So, and I also just said it is a B horror film at its finest. They have the campy one-liners.
Okay, the one-liners by Leon were too much for me.
They are so perfect.
They were
They are every bit of Tremors all the way through.
No, they're more Evil Dead. Tremors is just
they had
Kevin Bacon.
It's all Evil Dead. It's so good. It's so good.
Literally,
Army of Darkness one-liners were in there, and it was the best thing ever.
Constantly had like a quip at the end of every single battle.
All he needed to say to Grace was, "Give me some sugar," and it would have been Army of Darkness, and I would have been so happy. Only for the one line, not the actual makeout session. It was hilarious.
So many, literally, like every single fight or the end of every cutscene, he had some sort of like deep gravelly voice comment that's like the Marvel humor.
It was fantastic, and it was every bit of Thirst Trap Leon Kennedy the whole way through. There's already mods of him shirtless and just like straps.
That's
with guns.
not surprising with all of the thirst traps that I saw on TikTok after they revealed Old Man Kennedy.
No one's modding Grace. They're all modding Leon.
That's fantastic. That makes me very happy.
But the tension, the jump scares, and I said it, the enough campy one-liners to make Evil Dead series blush. It's a masterpiece in the horror genre. And I feel like it would fit with some of the greats in actual horror movie in a way.
Oh, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
It's the perfect B-horror flick, and that's a compliment, a through and through.
Can I also say that this game, it's been a couple of years since we've played a Resident Evil game, because the last one we played was Village. Or
Village.
4. No. We played 4.
4. Yep.
The gore in this one felt more over the top than before to me.
Well, it definitely was. I mean, they had blister heads, and then you're popping blisters.
Yeah, so you could, as Grace, like, inject the dudes and explode their heads. That was very visceral. A lot of, like, the giant fat dudes.
The chunks.
The chunks.
That's what they're called.
That's what they're called. I forgot. Like, they, like, deflate and then pop like a balloon when you kill them.
Mm-hmm.
When you die as either character, your death is so gruesome. Like, the bad ending with Leon is horrifying.
Yeah, his head pops like a grape.
Oh, man. Like, torso, like Darth Mauled, but, like, not with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
It was real gross.
It gets visceral, man.
Yes.
Lots of blood, lots of gore.
I was in my writer's Discord at one point talking about, my comment was like, I just watched Leon Kennedy massacre a room full of zombies with a chainsaw. Now I can go back to writing. Yep. The chainsaw killing was a lot of fun.
They hit all the action sequences really well. Leon's sections are really short early on. You play as Grace mostly.
Yes,
and then it's a swap, and you're mostly Leon with a tiny bit of Grace at the end of the game.
Yeah, I feel like doing a second playthrough that makes a lot more sense and evens out. But the first playthrough, I was like, wow, this is a lot of Grace, and then wow, this is a lot of Leon.
Yeah,
you got like a motorcycle chase in there.
Yeah, the second playthrough was a lot faster, and I'm still I'm playing Crimson Desert, so that's going to take up 4,000 hours of my time. But
correct.
I will finish my third playthrough to get unlimited ammo and then do the speed run playthrough.
Less than 3 hours?
Less than 4.
4 hours, okay.
Yeah, once I have unlimited ammo, I'll just use Requiem and boom, boom, boom.
Oh, yeah.
Boom,
That
boom,
gun
boom.
is excellent.
Mm-hmm. And with Leon, you can get a similar gun to it, so when you're playing as him and don't have Requiem.
Oh, okay. You can still basically have Requiem.
Mm-hmm. And all those sequences, so you can just blow through everything.
Yes. One of the complaints and all of the couple different reviews that I saw was that it does also lean very heavily on the nostalgia and needing. They all kind of complained that like it's needing to know what happened in prior games, which I don't fully disagree with, but at the same time, like watching it. So I had to think about the Resident Evil games that I have watched you play.
2, 3,
2, 3, 4 remakes.
7,
8,
9.
and 9.
You've got all the story for Leon up to this point,
Yes.
other than 6.
Yes.
Him and Redfield are both in 6 together.
Yeah.
Chris Redfield is in 1.
Yeah, I've never seen 1.
And 5.
And I've never seen 5.
Yeah, 1 and 5. He's in 1 and 5, and Chris Redfield is Claire Redfield's brother.
Yes, I do know
That's
that.
who she's driving to the city to look for.
Yes.
And then, so she runs into Leon.
Yes.
Then Leon is obviously in 2. He's in 4.
4, and we just recently played 4, so
and
like
he's
I at
in
least
6
have that.
and 9.
Yep.
And then Claire Redfield is in 2 and Code Veronica, which I've never played.
Okay.
And then you have I don't remember Chris Redfield's partner in 5. And 6, you actually Sherry,
Yes.
she's the little girl from 2.
Yes.
She's in 6 with a different character. I know
Okay.
There's a guy named Wesker. He's kind of the main villain up through 5.
Okay.
His son is in 6.
Okay.
And aside from that, Rebecca is in 0, Resident Evil 0, which is
Okay.
before the first one.
Okay.
And you don't see her any another. You see her in 1 and 0. I don't think you see other than that. You see her as the basketball picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You pointed that out to me.
But so there's a lot of it. And then for people who don't know, you play as a new character, which is Grace Ashcroft. It's a really obscure reference, but Elizabeth Ashcroft was in a game called Outbreak, and it was a multiplayer game.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you played as a reporter, and she was the reporter you played in that game with Elizabeth
See,
Ashcroft.
I didn't need to know anything about that. Like, part of me wishes that I knew all of the backstory because I would catch more Easter eggs, but it didn't detract from
It didn't
understanding
matter.
the game.
No, the only thing I would say is if you never played 4, the stark difference in gameplay would throw people off a little bit, I feel.
I would agree with that.
If you didn't play 4, that's the only thing I would say is if you didn't play 4, it's a lot more action than it is
zombies and creepy.
They're in there.
Horror,
There's
yeah.
a lot of zombies. There's a lot of creepy stuff, but it's action based and not jump scare.
Yeah.
Take you out.
The first one you made me watch was 7, which every time I'm like, what's the one with the creepy house out in the bayou? You're like the Baker house.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7.
It's Final Fantasy, dear. Resident Evil 7, Biohazard.
Biohazard, yep.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of the complaints was like, oh, it's very nostalgia. It hits all the greatest hits, but I felt like it didn't do so in a way that really detracted from the rest of the game. Because, I mean, there's so many, remakes and not a lot of... You don't get a lot of, like, Claire Obscure games as much anymore. Everybody's leaning heavily on what they know will work. So you get, new Assassin's Creeds every other year. You get... I mean...
The nice thing about 9 was it was new enough feeling.
Yes.
Graphically.
Yep.
They did enough tweaking to the game to make it feel fresh while still leaning into the nostalgia, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot to complain about other than there's little subtle differences in there,
Yeah. I guess if you hadn't played 2, the whole back half of the game going back to Raccoon City probably wouldn't have been like as enjoyable. But I don't know. It's been 4 years, 5 years since we played the
Yeah,
remake,
and
and I still enjoyed
you can
it.
get the 2 remake for pennies on the dollar on sales. It's it's a $60-$70 game normally that you can get for $5.99 on sale.
Yeah.
I could have bought the whole Resident Evil series. I was so tempted, but it's over Easter break, so I didn't do it. But it was $18 for 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8.
All the
and
games that I've seen.
all the games you've seen, but then it was also like 0 and 2 other
Oh,
ones.
okay.
It was like $20 or $25.
That's pretty good.
Which is that's a lot of video games, and it would be kind of fun to go through and play through 1, 2, 3, and play through those games again. 1 would be tough, but I hear they're probably remaking 1.
Yes.
Or if they do Code Veronica, I'd be really happy because I never played it, so it'd be a good opportunity for me to actually get that story.
That'd be cool.
Get more on Claire Redfield's story.
That'd be
I just
cool.
don't know what the heck happens in it.
Well,
Well,
I just told you the ones that I've seen. So
0, Revelations 1 and 2 are the other ones that are big, and there's a lot of other little side
okay.
stuff. Okay. What do you give this game? And I'm going to ask it in 2 ways.
Oh my god, just
overall score first. Just overall score first.
I give it a 9.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun.
If you just had to do Grace's section, if that was the majority, if the game was all
Grace,
and they added more slower paced horror through the whole thing, what would you grade that versus if it was just Leon oriented the whole time?
If it was just Grace, I'd probably give it a 9.5 because
Okay.
they did that really, really well.
Yes.
If it was just Leon, I would probably give it an 8.5.
Fair enough.
Just because I don't have all of the nostalgia. I still appreciated what they did. I liked the Mr. X cameo.
X gonna give it to you. That was
When he dropped out of the ceiling or like came through, you were like, oh, good.
number in Resident Evil 2, the number 1 mod was DMX X gonna give it to you.
That's fantastic.
Whenever Mr. X would show up in the hallway, that song would start to play.
That's amazing.
So I'm hoping people mod that into this one.
You know they will at some point.
Just because they have to.
Okay. What's your score?
It's a 9.5.
Okay.
I really, really liked this game. I thought they did all the beats, hit the notes for me. I wish I could get more time with Grace and get more fleshed out story. They told all that we needed to know about her. I'm going to be honest, they did, but I still wanted more story. I wanted more.
Yeah, she ended up just being like that random baby that Spencer takes in at the end when he's old to like make up for things.
How's she getting bit and not getting all corrupted and stuff? Like how is all that? And maybe Spencer just gave her the antiviral early on, so she's just
and no one knows.
Yeah, kind of deal. But so she it is interesting that for me that is more interesting than Rey being what's her face's kid in freaking Star Wars.
She's a nobody.
Palpatine's kid or whatever.
Palpatine's kid, yeah. The
People Papa Palpatine.
what does he call the front of Darth Vader? The
light bright, yeah.
I was just thinking of the robot chicken Star Wars a little bit ago too.
But it was a better reveal for me than anything. You're like, that is really cool because it made Spencer into a really good light. It kind of was like a sweet and sorrowful thing that Spencer literally had Elizabeth Ashcroft there to be like, I'm dying. You need to take care of this kid.
Yeah.
And then everyone was following this girl around because they thought she was the key
the antidote, the cure, and she's.
Well, no, they just thought she was the key to getting the weapon.
Oh yeah, Elpis.
Getting Elpis, and it just turns out Elpis is not what they think it is.
Yep.
And Victor Gideon goes crazy anyway.
Yeah, all the big bads in these games are just kind of like, okay.
Yeah. I really liked it as a whole.
Oh,
I really thought the game was just fantastic. They did a lot of things I like. I'm really looking forward to the story DLC. I'll interrupt Crimson Desert to do the story DLC for...
Yeah, maybe we'll get some more information on Grace there.
And maybe we'll get more Chris Redfield or Rose from Biohazard. That was Ethan's daughter that you rescue.
Oh, yeah.
I never, or not Biohazard, but Village. I never played her DLC.
Yeah,
I have it and I never played it.
That's right.
So she has her own DLC. So there's a whole story expansion that we never played over there to get her back end of the story.
All right.
Long story short, play Resident Evil 9. It's worth your time. If you have time, play 2 first. You can play 4 and then play 9. 2, 4, 9. I mean, that will literally give you all the story up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Up to, except for, I guess you could play 6, but it's a whole
I didn't play 6, so...
Me either. I need to. I kind of want to now, but it's going to be real clunky and feel really weird, but it'll be worth all the... If you want campy and cheesy.
Can I still say that's what she said?
Yes, it's allowed. So, like I said, I'm playing Crimson Desert. I'm going to be honest. We're probably just going to play 20, 30 hours and give you early impressions because that game's too big to... I'm not going to finish it in any sort of reasonable manner or time.
No.
With the time I have to play video games and how big it is, it's not going to happen.
As I told you, my concern for how large this game is how far you made it into Red Dead Redemption 2 before you got overwhelmed.
Yes, I'm liking this more, but it's also very janky, very different of a game. Long story short, we're playing a retro game. We're gonna
we'll finish that and do a retro review.
We'll do a retro review, and if other games come out in there, I might finish Cairn so we can do that.
That was a lot of fun while you were playing it, and then we got distracted.
Well, Resident Evil came out, and that just was it. So, but I'll go back and finish Cairn. I think that game would be fun to review. And then I'll be playing Crimson Desert here and there. And when other games come out that we want to play, Pragmata's coming up. If that
Mouse PI for hire.
Mouse PI. I'll basically be playing Crimson Desert on my lunches just to fill in some time at work.
Yeah, we could do a first impressions kind of thing.
I think it would be at least worth enough to give a first impressions and what our early review impressions would be.
Okay.
And
I like
if we actually finish it, we'll do a review like 6 years from now. But until then,
if we finish it faster than either of the Horizon games, that'll be pretty good.
That's not possible.
The one took us like 9 months.
It's true. All right, we're at Gaming Marriage. We're gamingmarriage@gmail.com and we're Gaming Marriage at YouTube. We're on YouTube.
I put it on to
so we're married with video games on YouTube. That's the actual podcast name.
Yes.
So you have to search Married with Video Games.
Yep.
We're there if you'd subscribe. I would like to do video content one day. For right now, we are just...
we're in our PJs with wet hair.
Wet hair after shower. But it would be fun to do video content someday. So for right now, it's just the audio podcast on YouTube. But give us a like, give us a subscribe, because I've always wanted to say that. It would be fun if we got some people to listen to us there and give us some feedback there.
I should go look at all of our stats. I kind of forget we're on YouTube, so...
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.